Sorry about that, guys. I need to go and get that one sword as soon as I finish the stream. If. Alright, give me a sec to just sort out again. Oh, so much work. The joys of PC crashing. Oh yeah. Forgot about posting that then. Alright, nearly there, chap. Nearly there, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I'll definitely get rid of that shit. Fucking Corsair. Absolute garbage. Alright, all new stuff is up. YouTube, Kick, all that jazz, guys. Appreciate ya. Oh. No, I'm not blaming Windows on this. It's 100% something on Corsair. I'm actually gonna uninstall it. No, I'll wait until the stream is finished. But I'm gonna uninstall it after this. like a Corsair thing that pops up. And even though I've got the app turned off, it still keeps causing crashes, so I'm just gonna fucking bin it. I think whenever I do the next PC builds, I'm gonna move away from everything Corsair related. It's just utter trash these days. Utter trash. Yeah, appreciate that, guys. Thank you. As always, we'll lose the viewers. It's fine. Bloatware? Yeah. I need to get rid of it. It's this. Let me see if I can actually remove it from this PC. How do we do this again? It's here, right? I think it's that, right? It's this shit. I need to get rid of it. Where is it? This fucking shit. I need to get rid of. Haven't installed the latest IQ till I know it's safe. Yeah, I'm getting rid of it. Again, I've got the fans all set to memory anyway, so fuck it. I eventually need to rip out all this stuff and get a more updated fan system instead of this bloatware shit. Does anybody actually have any recommendation for fan system that's not Corsair? There we go, yeah. I'm gonna do that on the stream PC so it's not, since it's not crashing it down. BC1 open bench table? What's that, Germany? Is that like a software for fans and stuff? Get fan control. Yeah, let me see if there's anything else. I think that's all that causes the issues. I don't actually remember this, to be honest. Right. That's it fucking uninstalled off the PCs. Load of shit. Again, they're programmed with memory, so I think I'll just leave it that way, right? I'm just gonna leave it on the memory. Yeah, I think generally what I want to do is I eventually want to like replace the cases. And I think at that time I'm gonna just do like take my PCs, put a new fan system in that's nothing to do with Corsair at all. Like it's absolute trash of a fucking company now. Like their keyboards are guff. Their software is dreadful. Their headsets are top tier trash. And you're paying for a name. Kinda sucks. Really. But it's like Razer as well. Razer's absolute guff. That's just called fan control? Right, okay. I think I'm gonna install that then. Thank you guys. So just simply get fan control, yeah. Yeah, that's like 3 people that have said about it, so I'll go with that. Anything than having to run garbage. Because we've not had that error where it fucking kills the GPU. And the PC is super cool. Like right now, you see there, like both PCs are near the same. So my 4080 is at 50 Celsius. And obviously I can't see the Celsius of the CPU on this PC because I don't have anything monitoring it, but they're super cool. Yeah, I'll try that one out. Thank you guys. That's 3 of you seeing the same item, so. Again, Gray posted it here, right? Yeah, I'll download this. I'll download it. Thanks for downloading fan control. Cool. Because everything else with the PCs are absolutely fine. It's just been this fucking control system. I think we've had these issues for what now, like 4 or 5 months? And I've not had a crash like that in easily like a month and a bit now, so. I think I might actually, like, next year, in the quiet point, take like a whole weekend off and reinstall both PCs. Do a little clean out, you know? Probably healthy.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Don't shine. It does suck though. I like one of the biggest things. I hope CIG gets fixed before live. Is the ASOP? It is super scuffed right now.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Okay.
Please visit us again. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
I love how it changes to Avenger Titan.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected.
I just want to see, because apparently CIG has updated the... Where is it here? Hey Frosty, how you doing? Pretty sure they updated the UI, right? They made it a little bit easier. Oh god. Let me quickly do something here, chat. Typical YouTube nonsense. Your video's being blocked in a country. Wonder why. So dumb. It's because I'm too sexy? I think so as well. I agree on that. Nice. Unfortunately, I genuinely feel like going live on YouTube is just a waste of time. And I kind of wish I just kept doing the VOD channel instead. I do regret moving it back to the live stuff. Alright, here we are. Also, I noticed that Mr. Cutlet is live. Let's give him a lurk as well.
Yeah, I mean,
I like to lurk my faves whilst they're live. Give them that viewership. That's the beautiful thing about having this fucking internet now. I can literally, like, have everything running and it never affects it. I'm doing well though, Frosty though. How's things with you? At least this is working. That's good. The UI. Now, if they fix the UI in the Perseus, something fine. What internet? I'm on Highland Broadband, and I got 2 gig up and down, Greg, but I can go to 5 gig if I wanted. Hey, Top, how you doing? Ooh, okay. This is looking a lot cleaner. CIG's been cooking, chat. It's not fuzzy anymore. Okay. A little bit glowy though. Only in that area it seems to be. Yeah, that's a little easy fix. Still not actually targeting what you want to click, though. Alright, that's the door system then. There. Okay. Alright, that's for rooms. So that would make it easier there. So like there. Okay. Okay. See if the console on the other side's working. You got a gig, yeah? I need to get I need to wait till September next year or buy my own router to get more speed out of it. But the router is like 200 quid and right now I just don't have the time for it. Oh, right now it's connected. That's good. So both consoles are connected. Turn both shields on. Air conditioning. Don't mind if I do. Jack up the weapons. Can we go all the way? So why can't we go to the tippy top of the mountain? Does it require more cooling to do that? No, it's just bugged. So the engineering stuff is still bugged. Okay. That's fine. The heat's going up. We need more fucking cooling. Put the juice in. Yes, it's still slightly bugged. That's fine. Maybe it's also because the weapons might be turned off. Ooh, actually, let's try that. Is it because the weapon's actually turned off? You might come back and play Naruto. The thing is, if they balance out some of the settings before it goes live, it'll be in a really good spot. Really, really good. But it all depends on CIG.
From Space Industries. Enjoy the ride.
Oh, it does. Right, let's put this back. Nice. Okay, so you can't actually allocate power to the system unless the system's in use. That's actually kind of cool. Let me just confirm it. Here. Yeah, okay, sick. So if you actually turn off the guns, then you don't need to allocate the power. And I wonder if you don't allocate the power... Oh, no, you wouldn't... No, it would still be... No, never mind. I'm talking to myself. Like I always do. You seen the armor stats coming in 4.5? Both the $90 Hull A and the $350 Hull Asgard have 16k armor? Yeah, that doesn't mean shit, dude, against a fucking high caliber gun, though. What does H and L stand for? Hot and, like high and low. So, for example, you need to have them in the L formula just to make them work, right? So right now we're gonna juice the cooling down. We're gonna bring it down to just standard. So right now, this is where like you can even go to this level of shutting the guns down, bring them on, and you just need 1 ounce of power just to boot up all the turrets. But when it comes to coolers, you have to have them in the L, basically like on, and then high is overclocking it. Now, some systems like the radar, for example, are always in a high state. So when you're not doing anything, you kind of want your engineer to shut down your radar. The problem is then you wouldn't be detecting anybody sneaking up on you, so you kind of want to do it in a dead space spot or like maybe in a safe dock or something like that to not be always running it. So the engineer would be sitting here, we've got our shields running, we've got our engines running, we've got our weapon systems online just in case shit goes down. You would most likely then, also CIG, you really need to turn off this fucking auto timer on this console. It's really, really bad. Does it affect wear and tear? It does, yeah. Constantly running everything at the maximum level will wear and tear your devices down even more. Where, for example, when we go to 3D view, right, and we click on, say, the power plant here, you can see that right now the temperature is there, the wear and tear is 100% because we're not actually using it, right? So there's your power plant there. We click over here. So you would have to like learn everything in the ship, but some of it is a little bit iffy here for like seeing the stats in it. Like see how it's popping up there and it's moving around. I personally think CIG should have it instead of this floating box. It appears in a window here. So you have half the window for clicking on things and you have the list on the right here or on the left. It's a little bit annoying where you can see the heats and you can see the stuff above, and you can see the temperatures going up for certain modules here that actually affect on heat. So anything like your power plant and stuff like that, you can see on the config window, you can actually highlight over on the temperature. The problem is you can't see the wear and tear here, which means that you have to kind of go here and be like, right, well the wear and tear and the health of the module is at 100% there. So there's a little bit of min-maxing that you have to do, and then obviously you're going to come here when you notice something's under stress, and you've got there, and you can see basically like the power plant doesn't have any issues, yada yada yada. It'll come up with health and wear and tear loss. We then run through to the back of the engineer, and you'll meme going in here and doing certain things. The thing is though, it's like this room is always open up, you can't close the doors, and you can see here, let me get actually this one. You can see here that we have everything, you know, hunky-dory. There's no repairs required. These are your air filters that you have to start doing in big ships. So these are your life support system. Obviously, then you've got your fuses. So engineer would have to be having where they've got fuses, air filters, repair stuff, fire extinguishers, because obviously in the ship, you don't actually want to remove this fire extinguisher, right? You actually want to leave that. If you have an engineer, you want them to actually have a fire extinguisher on them that they can buy. What do the air filters do? They stop you from fucking cooking inside your ship. I'll show you, right? So if we actually turn off the aircon, as I like to call it. Let me actually just get in here, because it's still, unfortunately, buggy as fuck, right? So if we come in here and we actually turn off air conditioning or life support, watch my temperature in the bottom right corner go up, right? So it doesn't affect modules from what it looks like. That's only coolers that can affect it. But eventually, inside here is going to get really, really fucking hot for the player. Now, obviously, fires, you can look at it this way, right? So we've turned off life support, and if I take my helmet off, right? Which goes down on your belt at the back. Don't know if you can see it there. There's my helmet on my back, because helmets are now physicalized, by the way. And if you do this, oh, where is it here? You take it from your ass, you put it back on, and the other way is you take it off and you hold it underneath your arm, right? That's the new system. The problem you have is that I'm not running out of oxygen, because all these systems are unfortunately just not in the game yet, right? But eventually, this will get super, super hot. It might also be because we're in the dock as well. Who knows? But eventually, with life support off, you will get very hot inside the ship and pass out and die. But that's where you would change like the air filters, you know, if they break and shit like that. I don't think you can just do it here. I think we would actually have to leave because of that. Does your helmet have lubrication? Of course it does. Of course it does. Please keep the helmet on? What's fucking wrong with my character, chat? What's wrong? This is peak perfection. Fucking wedges it in. Peak perfection. He's beautiful. Yeah. Dude, I was the easiest birth when I came out. You know? Streamline. Also, turning off life support wouldn't instantly get rid of the oxygen. It would take a while to breathe and... Yeah, exactly, yeah. So you can put out fires from, like, opening doors, but there needs to be some sort of, like, repercussions. So, generally speaking, your engineer wants to have fuses as a main thing on them, a fire extinguisher, repair stuff, and I would say that if you are going to do big ships, you want to have one of these on your back, and I wouldn't bother with one of these, right? Wouldn't bother, because this is going to repair a lot more. So you're going to have canisters filled up, you're going to have a fire extinguisher on your back instead of guns. And you're going to be running around the ship doing stuff. I definitely think that one person can do the Perseus, but under major attack, you're going to need two. Can you buy full canister? You can on the small, but CIG seem to have forgotten about the large ones. So, again, I'm pretty sure it'll get fixed before live, right? And then obviously learning layout of the ship, learning what your ship can do. The cool thing is you can create profiles. So, for example, right? Right now we're in, I would call just idle, right? We don't even need it at that sort of level. But I would always say you want to sort of like leave it at there. And I would class this as idle. And obviously when you apply default, right? It basically shows you kind of like this system that you left it. So for example, if I wanted to then cook the system, so we're going into battle, right? I'm going to juice it up to what I would recommend. And you're going to basically put like an allocation of how much power can we actually put in before this thing starts to get to the extreme levels of heat. And you may want to then up both coolers so that one is not on the thing. Once you put in a different power plant, you can actually put more power into all these things. But you can see that we've got a cooling of 72, life support's at 18%, hydrogen and all these things going through. You can then go to preset and call this combat, right? Okay, or make it where it says combat. And that would be where you can then set the preset to, if it works here. I know it's hung up. Right? So that's combat. And in combat, for example, we're going to have it made where all this is juiced up. Like there, guns, and we're missing power for some reason. Oh, that's because we're in quantum drive. That's why. There we go. So we need to juice this up, and then we're going to juice this there. So say that was, and then you're going to bring it down for your guns, right? A little bit of allocation change here, and probably put there. That's what we would save as combat. So you go into default, and you can see that this is what they recommend. So again, I'm then going to make another preset as call it idle. Say you're gonna do that, right? And again, you gotta do here because fucking CIG, so stupid. An idle would be just simply maybe a bit more for PDCs, idle, you know, and then I would say, you know, maybe you wanna reduce the cooling, you know, maybe just do something like that, right? Again, I don't know why the quantum drive comes back on because of that, but there you go. And you could, yeah, I would probably leave it like there, just for in the lows. Maybe always there for PDCs, and leave that as idle. So now we've got it where you can switch to combat, right? And it's fully juiced out of its mind, and then you can come here and quickly just click on idle, and it puts it into its stale system. So the engineer is basically then working where it's like, alright guys, shit's hitting the fan, blah 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 blah. You've got the dude going, alright, this guy here is the engineer, maybe using that console just to hold on, goes, right, we're going into combat mode. Quickshooty does this, activates it, you see the cooling going up, and now you would then obviously go to your console and be like, right, I want to monitor what's taking the most amount of damage. And you maybe want to reduce it down to, instead of all this guff, you can go, right, well, I don't need to vent anything just now because I'm under control. And you maybe want to be like where I don't need connections. I only want to see what's taking damage in the module area. And you would have somebody generally, because obviously at the front of the ship, you've got one of your shields here, right? One of the shields in the fuse system. Then you've got through here, power plant, or sorry, cooler here, right? Then you've got your other power plant here. So you've got 3 big modules on that side of the ship, and then you've got down here. So for me personally, the way I look at it is you always want to have at least one engineer, because they're going to have to operate this room and then run to the 3 modules at the front whilst putting out the fire. I would always suggest 4 crew for the Perseus. That's pilot, that's main gunner, engineer, and rear gunner. The rear gunner acting as somebody to help with the fires, because instead of forcing your engineer to come down here, for example, right? And it's a bit goofy because of CIG's stupid auto laddering system. The gunner here could get out and use the elevator to get up, or the ladder to put fires out in this area to also load in the torpedoes. That's where the rear gunner can do this area of format, which is when you've got torpedoes on the Perseus, for example, right? This is your torpedoes firing, but you can also have spare ones lined up here to load in. So the person would load, maybe put fire out in these areas, and then if it's getting too much to keep the modules on, right, they can go up and help the engineer, or back on the guns. I definitely think you should never pull off your front gunner to do engineering stuff. I think it's more logical to always take away people that are not valued, because hear me out on this. You could take away your 2 gunners to repair the modules, but who's shooting to stop people from constantly shooting at you if you do that? So, I would always say the rear gunner is the least important person to get off and help with the engineer. 5 definitely I would say is, you know, the crew I would be looking for is 5. If I was captaining Perseus, I'd be looking for 2 gunners, 2 engineers. And I would be then removing the bottom gunner to become the 3rd engineer. And I just don't think you would want to roll with anything less, like people are suggesting, oh, I'm going to do a 3-man crew. You're going to get fucked. You're going to get absolutely fucked. You don't have enough people to run around this ship and do things with 3. 4 minimum, I think. You're going to need 2 engineers for a ship. If you're going to run an Idris, I suggest you get 4 engineers. Minimum, before you start looking in gunners. And they're not even gunners. They're 4 people to run around that ship to repair things. Because that ship is incredibly big when it comes to fires and component layout. Perseus, I think you could probably do it with at least 3 engineers. And yeah. Yeah, well, it's open wave now, so again, anybody that's in QQOP should be downloading it for the weekend, like, and playing, because again, well, as announcements and stuff like that, like, it's now time to shine, you know what I mean? And obviously, the game is very poorly optimized right now. It's a bit laggy, but CIG always seem to magically come out with it working by the time it goes live. It just needs a little tweak here and there to stabilize it a bit more. But yeah, this thing seems to be running really, really well in comparison. Obviously, fighters are an interesting thing. The Glaive has 3k armor, but the Hull A has 16k armor. What's wrong with that? Are you expecting the like, if you give 16k armor to the Glaive, it doesn't die in combat. You have to understand that. The Hull A is not meant to be in a fleet fight. It's got enough armor to survive an onslaught and hopefully get away. It's not meant to turn around and start fucking plasma cannoning you, right? What's wrong with an industrial ship having the ability to try and escape? Non-stop Bob's wrong channel. Yeah, I don't even know who the fuck you're talking about. Love my Hull A, but it's so slow. Wonder how life will be when attacked. Will be attacked with this engineering. Again, just don't get attacked then. No? Don't get attacked? Like, what are you doing with your... Look at it this way. What are you doing with your Hull A that requires you to be worried about, you know, possibly having to put out some fires and stuff like that? Because hear me out, chat. Anytime I've done any hauling, I've never been attacked by a single player. Including when piracy was at its highest for that event. Never got attacked by any player. Never saw any player that was willing to attack. I think if you're just smart in a hauling ship, you'll be fine. If you're going through jump gates, maybe hire somebody to go before you to find out if there's a gate camp. And it's just griefing? Yeah. Also, do you hear that? It's like a radar kind of going off, like a ping. But again, you also have to look at it this way. This game is very much becoming where if you are not in an organization, you're not in a group of people playing together, and you're a 100% solo player, you should be looking at doing stuff the most effectively. So if you're trying to fill up a Hull A because you want a small ship that can carry a lot of cargo, I would personally use a Zeus for its speed and effectiveness at actually doing a better job. You have to outweigh the weight of greed, I'm gonna call it. Which would you rather do? Successful hauling, but you have to do multiple hauling jobs, or do you want to risk it because you want to just carry one load? At that point, you're in a ship that's not gonna get the job done. I've never been pirated by players whilst hauling, only interdicted by NPCs a long while ago. If you're doing any high-risk route, you're definitely going to be interdicted by players. I would say in Star Citizen now. It's, yeah, the routes are insanely chock-a-block at time where, like, I've been pirating with Cutlet. Obviously, I don't do pirating. I just do the killing side. But there have been times where we've had to go and kill other pirates who are blocking our lane because they're in front of us. So you literally have like, wait, yeah, two type of pirate groups. You can buy fire extinguishers in stores, yeah, I just don't know where you get them from. 6-6. I don't know which shop sells them.
Hydration is key. Recycle your sweat is necessary.
Platinum Bay, do they sell them, Expat? How you doing? Yeah, Platinum Bay there. I'll check out Levski, see if the cargo area's got them. Hey, San Diego.
Security toward Echo 9. Repeat, security toward Echo 9.
Echo 9. Went on a mini rager about the UI last night, DarkLaw. I think they are best holding this patch and letting it cook longer. I said it should be kept off the game until the end of next year. That's my take. I think it's a really good idea. The problem is the UI is dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. So my wants, if anything, expat, is I can bring out like a ship and I'll show you. But I think the layout of the ship, when you look at it, should be where practically the ship is empty, and on the right hand side it says like door, left door, front door, all these things in the list, and you can then open it. Then you can see the coolers and click on them from the right hand side. Trying to find them by clicking on a 3D map is so stupid. It should all be in a list to the right, and when you click on it, it opens up a little mini window as well. Oh, have you actually tweeted that? I haven't looked at Twitter yet. It needs to be at the stage where... Wait, do I need to go? No, I need to go up. Okay, Houdini. It needs to be at the stage where you are not spending hours trying to figure out the 2D map, right? Or the 3D map, sorry, yeah. So I think it should be when you open up the console, you've got the 3D map that you can customize, but on the side is a list of all the items that you're looking for. And you click on them, and then that opens up in the center the HP or something like that. It's just too complicated rotating around. But again, this is the thing. It's been designed by people that don't play Star Citizen, right? Yeah, exactly. Necon. The massive balance swings in PTU don't build confidence is going to land somewhere reasonable before they push it live. Completely agree. It was looking good on Tuesday, right? It was looking really, really good on Tuesday for stats, and it just needed a few things dialed in. But now, because CIG 360, no scope 20, you know, kickflip it out of the window, it's very difficult to see where it's actually going to go. And it's a shame because, like I said to people, I genuinely think 4.5 was going to be the best patch of the year, but now I'm not so sure. Because CIG don't seem to know where they're going with it. Like, UIs are not working, you know. It's... Again, they've got like 3 weeks, if you think about it. They've got 3 weeks, it's gone to open PTU. We'll see, we'll see. Right, so you can't go there. Let's try...
Embarking passengers. The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily.
Cunts! Brad, I'm missing your fairly cinematic streams? Well, then you should be watching her. She was live yesterday, I think. Or the day before.
The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily.
No, that's not where I want. Or is it where I want? Oh, wait. Let's have a look. Oh, it's excellent. I wonder. I'll look in everywhere just to make sure. She was doing her thing. Still lots of desync. UIs are a bit buggy. The optimization of the new Vulcan stuff needs work on. It's not that bad. And then the stats, we have 2 weeks, give or take, to get them dialed in. It could still end up being the patch of the year for me, but it's very much looking like the most disastrous patch of the year. Luckily, I have got nowhere where wins meet as a video game to play. Engineering is not complicated. The problem is it's tedious, right? It's tedious. Up and down in the guns. Well, again, like I said, the game on Tuesday was in a really good state. It only had 5 weapons that CIG had to sort out expat. But now, since they reverted everything back to 4 or 5, it's scuffy to say the least. Yeah, you can't on size free. Size free components can't be moved. Yeah, because, so hear me out, expat. I don't think power plants exploding should be a thing in the game. Because we don't have soft def and hard def anymore in the game. It's only being disabled or exploding. So I personally believe it should be where you can disable somebody to board, and if you keep shooting, one of 2 things happens. 1, fire consumes the ship, and fire makes the ship explode if it's not kept under control. Second, if you have the fire under control, the power plant should leak radiation, forcing people to abandon the ship. That should be the next thing. So, and then when people abandon the ship explodes from fire. That way that it gives people to board ships, right? And we're only talking about multi-crew. We don't need to do this for fighters. They just need to be downed or exploded, right? But it should be where you're not just randomly exploding because somebody at CIG made such a stupid RNG fucking 20% nonsense that's still way too high. It needs to be where you can repair your ship and get it back and running again. If you're constantly being shot because they're not boarding you, eventually radiation and fire will push you out of the ship. I would like the option to eject the core and fight out. Well, the thing is though, is most ships can't eject the power plant right now in size 3. Size 3 and 4. How do you eject the core in a Polaris when CIG couldn't be bothered to actually design it to be ejected? That's why they'll have to do a rework on the Polaris. There's no way to get the components out of it. There's no way to get the components out of the Idris. There's no way to get the components out of certain places in the Perseus. Because CIG's fucking John Crew ginger cunt team can't design for toffee.
Please visit us again. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
What am I looking for, chat? Or we just have complicated shutdown model where we fire suppress and components, but it destroys it essentially. Yeah, I just don't like the idea that the only way to prevent your ship going critical is to eject a component, but not every ship can eject the component. So it's a stupid fucking mechanic regardless. It should just be where if the power plant is dead, you have to just repair the power plant to get it operational going. If you want to kill somebody, you cause so much fire that it overwhelms the people on board, right? And if they're able to control the fire, you then eventually make it where the power plant starts leaking radiation if it's dead for a long period of time. Simple. And you've already got the mechanics in the game. We've already got it where radiation. Go and do this latest mission. The Polaris is producing a radiation field at the back of the ship, where you can only walk into it for a few times before you fucking bleed out to death. Unless you heal yourself. So it should be this. I kill the ship, the power plant turns off. I then have a choice of boarding the ship. If I want to kill the ship, I keep shooting it until fire consumes it. If the people on board can control the fire, radiation starts to leak from the power plant that's off for too long, and they are forced to leave the ship because radiation is too much for them to deal with. Thus, having boarding people board the ships with radiation outfit to try and recover the ship. And just simply make it where if you're in a radiation suit, you can't run. So you either can survive the radiation, but you can't put out the fire. Easy way to balance it. Radiation suit does not allow you to run. You can jog, but you can't sprint, basically. You have to walk. There's your mechanics of sorting big ships out. And you have a storyline after that. The people come in to board full radiation suits if radiation poisoning is a thing. And there you go. You know? You always have those delightful few that will just keep shooting and blow you up, which is, yeah, but again, at that stage, you are eventually going to have to abandon ship, right? Or you have people to come and support you. If you genuinely believe sticking 5 people in a Perseus keeps you safe, that's a very bad idea for Star Citizen. A Perseus should not be flying around solo, even with crew. In my opinion, it should have escort. It should have somebody willing, also a drop ship or recovery ship to get people off that ship if it's going to go critical. That's how the game is now. If you don't like that, figure out a way to play more solo in a smaller ship, like an Avenger Titan. I don't think engineering gameplay is going to stay. Well, you might as well uninstall the game then, dude. Because it is going to stay. I hate to tell you guys, right, and this is no offense to any backer, because this includes me for 13 years. CIG doesn't give a shit about us, right? Because hear me out. When Squadron 42 sells, it's going to make lots of money. Regardless if it's bad or good. It'll make even more money if it's good. But it'll still make money for CIG. People who enjoy Squadron 42, regardless of what people say in the reviews, are going to back Star Citizen. The amount of backers for Star Citizen after Squadron 42 will go up at least 25%. If Squadron 42 is an amazing game with high press, it'll go up 50 to 75% new backers. Why would CIG give a shit about anyone who doesn't care about engineering? Because when the new person comes into the game, they will only know engineering. They won't know the game beforehand. So this is where backers currently have to let go of the mentality that your game is going to be the game you want it to be by the time this hits 1.0. You are either in for the ride or you fuck off. And that's it. That is your choices with this game. You're either in it for the ride or you quit now whilst you're ahead. Because CIG will not give a shit about you as a backer when they're going to get a massive influx of fresh money and new players who don't give a shit about the problems you give a shit about. Just the same as Fortnite is constantly trying to change the game because they don't care about people like Ninja anymore who made the game successful. You either in it and you die with it, or you leave and go on and do something else. That is choices that you have. And people have to accept this. There's no other way, right? They don't care. Dude, you need to stop with let's see what the sales. This year, they're already higher than last year. Next year, they'll be higher than this year. The year after that, they'll be even higher because of Squadron 42 being out. Like, you think sales are going to stop Star Citizen? You're fucking crazy, dude. Crazy. Nothing is stopping this train. You can go and get a refund and it still won't stop this game. You can stop playing this game and it'll still get new people. There are constant new backers coming in and they don't have the same issues you have. And I'm not single targeting you. I'm saying anybody that sees engineering as an issue. Or that the game is changing where you can't solo your Idris. Tough fucking luck. Be more responsible with your purchases in life. And again, that's not me single targeting anybody in chat. Just be more open-minded when it comes to a game that's in development. What you backed for is not like when I backed 13 years ago, it's not the game I backed for now. I have to accept that. I have to move on. And in 10 years' time, I'll be playing with people who are super fucking old, or it'll be people who are super new to the game. But most likely, all the people that I know who are playing the game will most likely be dead. Right? We've got a lot of older people who are in their 70s, 80s, who are backers. They will most likely be dead before 1.0 comes out. That's a reality check. It's horrible, but that's how long games take these days to make when they're at the level of Star Citizen. Diablo 3 took 16 years to do. We're only on 13 years with Star Citizen.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
It's literally at the stage now where if you're a backer, it's ride or die. You know? Ride or die. Ride it out or you leave the game. Because CIG ain't going to change things around anymore, guys. They literally have to get all this stuff sorted out before Squadron 42 releases next year. They don't give a shit if nobody likes engineering. It's here to stay. If you don't like the new flight model, tough shit. If you don't like how there's going to be a wipe soon, don't give a shit. Nobody at CIG cares anymore about people that don't care about the game. They only care about getting things sorted for a deadline because they know they will replace nearly half of you with fresh people who only want to spend brand new money and only care about the current state of the game. Not the old version of the game. Or like, for example, 90s brought up earlier. Oh, Star Citizen back in the day was a lot better. Of course it is. But that doesn't sell nowadays. You always have to change things out. The backer investment will be a small number compared to what Squadron 42 makes. Exactly. Like, look at this way. If Squadron 42 is super successful, let's put the copium on. Squadron 42 sells, and it's one of the best FPS Star Wars space-related video games ever made, right? Chris Roberts just nails it. It's a fucking 10 to 10 video game. Every single penny that CIG has made so far of backers' money will become obsolete in the number that CIG will make in the first year. They will then make even more because IEE and Invictus will also make even more money. Just because of a successful game. Even if Squadron 42 fails, it will still make money for Star Citizen because not everyone has the same opinion on people. It will only fail if the game is a disaster where it doesn't work. And we have, what, 5 million backers right now. And I guarantee you not even 60% of those 5 million backers plays the game right now. I know people who have backed from 2012 have never installed the game and they have no interest in playing this game until it's in a release state. So they will play Star Citizen for the first time and never be like, oh, engineering sucks. I don't know why they added that to the game. Because they won't know any different. The same as whoever picks up the game after Squadron 42 will come into the game and be like, well, I really enjoyed Squadron 42. Star Citizen, yeah, it's in development, it's a little bit buggy, but there's engineering, there's the flight model. You know, I'm flying around, I'm killing NPCs. Oh, I'm trying to get better at PvP. Here's the videos to watch on PvP. They won't go back and look at the videos from this year and be like, look at TheDarkLaw ranting about stats. They won't fucking care. And those new players will outweigh the players of the people that leave or die or don't slowly meld into the background. And that's what every single company today looks to. I used to be sponsored by a company called Snake. They got rid of me, even though I was bringing them $10,000 fucking dollars a year as a small channel. They got rid of me because, and quote, referrals is more important to them than constant stream of money. Because 100 people gaining the referrals was half the money that I would bring in from a channel. So they only wanted to keep me if I would bring in multiple referrals every month. And I was like, that's impossible as a small streamer. So they were like, right, that's it. Sponsorship deal's finished. Because they only care about the person coming in spending $40, not the person who spends 15 grand. Because you spend that 15 grand, but they can bring in more fucking sheep at $50 a pop, right? And let's look at this way, just to bring up for some stats. Say, for example, Star Citizen sold at $50 a pop, right? Or Squadron 42. And you had 1 million people buying that purchase. There's 50 million, right? How many millions do we make per year? What, like 100, 200? So you make that on a bad sale of Squadron 42, right? Now you take the $50 and you say, right, well, let's bring in 50 million in the first year, right? Say it goes that way. The same as the amount of money that GTA 6 is going to make next year will be insane. Absolutely insane. How much money they will make in their first year of sales of Grand Theft Auto 6. Even before the PC version comes out. It will be bonkers seeing those stats. Now, again, I don't think CIG is going to get 50 million sales in the first year, but that shows you how much money it will make, right? Now, let's look at it on a realistic level. Let's say you've got $50, or let's look at $60 for Squadron 42, and maybe 5 million people enjoyed the game, right? There's 300 million right away. Now, say out of those 5 million, 2 more million, right, want to buy Star Citizen at, what's it like, say, 45. But I would imagine CIG puts up their numbers for getting into Star Citizen to 55. Then we bring that in at, say, like 2 million buy that, right? There's another 110 million into Star Citizen just because they like Squadron 42 and they wanted to get a star pack. You can see how much money is made within the first period of time, the first month, the second month, the third month for Star Citizen or Squadron 42, just because it's a good game. It literally prints money, and all the backers' money previously, CIG doesn't give a fuck about you because no company would. They only care about fresh money coming in, not the cunt that goes, engineering sucks. I'm not going to spend any more money like I do. I say to CIG, I'm not going to spend any more money until you get 1.0 out. They don't give a shit. They go, I don't care, DarkLaw. You're $45, you're 1,000, the 15 grand you spent on the game. You know, some people that have got free Legatus packs, that's over nearly $150,000. Do they fucking care when they make 110 million in a month, 2 months, right? That's going to stop. Dude, are you following? They don't fucking care about you and the money that you spend. The gamble is Squadron 42. It always has been. They've put all their money, all their resources into Squadron 42 because if it's even remotely 60% successful, it will make the same amount of money that we've made in 13 years in a single year. Why would you ever care about you stopping to buy the big ships and stuff? there's going to be another idiot, and I'm not saying you're an idiot, but another idiot that's going to buy a Javelin after they enjoy Squadron 42. This Saudi Arabia prince is going to come in and be like, I really enjoyed Squadron 42. I loved sucking the cock of Luke Skywalker as an old man. It revived childhood memories. I want to spend 50 grand on Legata's pack. There we go. That's more than I've ever spent in 13 years. Do you not see that? We are redundant. CIG has got their game made. They are still making money because, again, this year the percentage of income is higher than last year. They do not fucking care about me, you, or anyone, long as you remain. Thank you, Divs, for the 34 months, right?
Oh, look, it's that time of the month again. Hello, everyone. Also, we are all idiots for playing this project this early.
Exactly. Because you've got to look at it, right? Marketing 101 is fresh blood. Because if somebody at 70 years old who has spent 15 grand on this game dies, that person who's died doesn't bring any money back in. So CIG want to target somebody round about their 20s who are just starting to get jobs. Maybe they're a little bit of an addict and they can't control themselves in their spending, right? This is what natural marketing is like and sales. They don't care about us stopping to buy ships. They only care about the new flow that comes in. Because that, unfortunately, is how every company... And you can't be like, oh, that's really nasty of CIG. No, it's smart on CIG. You want to make millions in life, and I say this all the time, you ever want to make millions in life, you have to be a cunt. You have to put all your morals aside and be cutthroat and an asshole, a dickhead... Because if you want to be successful, you have to cut way with anybody that holds you back. So CIG will do the same thing to people like me that maybe not agree with the game. And the difference is I understand this. Because I would do the same thing if I wanted to be successful. I would just be an asshole. If I wanted to have mega money on Twitch, I would be an asshole. I would start doing videos, bringing people in, and just like everyone else, start fucking hooking you and being like, let's do a fucking donation-thon every fucking month, like some streamers do. Numbers don't care about feelings, yeah. So let's look at it back again. CIG have made more money this year than they made last year. And that's up to Invictus, IE, right? CIG next year will make even more money. Regardless of Squadron 42. CIG will make huge amounts of money if Squadron 42 is successful. CIG will still make probably about 500 million if Squadron 42 is shit in the long run, right? So we're at what? Nearly $1 billion or something like that in Star Citizen? It'll be 1.5 billion by the end of next year, regardless of the state of Squadron 42. That would be my bet. It'll be nearly 1.5 billion by the end of next year. And it will be probably even higher if Star Citizen is in a really good spot, right? It might be less numbers, so maybe 1.2 billion if, for example, Squadron 42 is a pile of shit. But it'll still make money. It'll still make CIG money to continue on with Star Citizen. Why didn't CIG brown nose my asshole? Yeah. Again, this is where people need to start getting their reality checks. What you've done for CIG is amazing, right? I'm a Legatus backer. I count myself as I am a foundational step in CIG getting this game out. Do I ever think I'm important to CIG? No. Do I think I'm ever important to CIG as a content creator? No, because they'll probably get somebody else and sponsor somebody else down the line. And when this game goes out, I'll go from 100 odd viewers to probably like 20 viewers because everyone else is fucking jerking off at the uwu girls and their little fucking cat ears going, "Ooh, thank you for the donations. Ooh, meow meow." You know? I can't compete against that, sadly. But at least I'll be here when the little meows leave, right? Because how many female content creators have come into Star Citizen, made it big, and they've abandoned you to go and do other things, chat? I'm still here. From the very first day I started as content creator. Still here. Bald, ginger, an asshole. But I won't fucking leave you for cat ear uwus. Don't forget the whiteboard and the spinning wheel. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Again, it's going to be a massive roller coaster, guys, within the next 5 years. It's buckle up time. Either deal with it or move along. That is literally our choices. That's our choices, ladies and gentlemen. Because CIG is now at the snowball stage. And I would expect it to be probably 1.5 billion by the end of 2026. If Squadron 42 is successful. I would definitely think, at a minimum, Squadron 42, in its first 6 months, like say for example, it sells at October 2026. Within the first 6 months, I think it'll make between 250 to 400 million in the first 6 months. That would be my guess right now. If not more, yeah. Because again, of how games will. Again, make sure you're watching, even if you're not interested in Grand Theft Auto, just for like stats wise. Watch how much money that makes in the moment you can pre-order, right? I don't think you can pre-order right now. But watch how much money Grand Theft Auto 6 on Steam makes when you can pre-order it for the PC. If they have a successful console release, no joke, it's going to be insane amount of money on pre-ordering for that game. Like, PlayStation is going to make big, Xbox is going to make big, Rockstar is going to be making big. You know, content creators who have got big communities in the role-playing of Grand Theft Auto 5 are going to make so much money. Like, let's look at it this way, right? Who do we have online? Because I generally don't know any content creators in the Grand Theft Auto space, right? Let's look at here. Grand Theft Auto 5. Viewers high to low. I don't know any of the... Oh, Timac, right? See Timac, right? Role playing right now, 2.6. The leaderboard here, right? I guarantee you, this dude will be saying that 30k viewers, right? If not more, on day one of Grand Theft Auto 6. This dude will go from maybe an average of, say, 2.6, so he's probably making between 5 to 10k subs per month. Let's actually hijack some of his content just now. I think Timac plays Star Citizen as well, right? I've never had a chance to watch his stream. But I do believe he's a cool dude. Who's pretty chill, right? I think they played Star Citizen. Yeah, so look, he's at just under 3,000 subs, right? And we're just at the start of the month.
Just enough to kind of, you gotta give it a little
so
bit of the
say,
extra
for example,
detail,
this dude will be up to probably 30,000 subs at the beginning of Grand Theft Auto 6. That's what will happen to people like Burks, Salty Mike, and stuff like that when it comes to Star Citizen. But also they will take a massive hit. Where if Squadron 42 is booming, you will see CIG hire big content creators like Summit, Shroud, Co-Carnage, Asmongold, all these people to come and stream Star Citizen. Because as much as Mythologist has done amazing for the community, right? Because everyone fucking hates on Mythologist for this shit. But when we actually look at Mythologist on the referral list, right? He's the kingpin motherfucker, right? Where is it here? Referral program. You look at his shit. He is the McDaddy of referrals, all time. Look at that. 19,661. So let's do it at the basic level, right? Mythologist 19661 times 45. At the basic level of referrals, Mythologist has brought in $884,000 to CIG's back pocket, right? And he's probably made quite a bit of money in the time he's invested doing these things, right? Watch this leaderboard get fucking smoked by Asmongold on Squadron 42 release. If the game is successful and that guy goes fucking crazy. Because he's got a shit ton of simps in his channel. And he just needs to put his referral down and watch these guys go gone over fucking night. The moment he has his 3 million, 4 million fucking videos and stuff. But also watch Mythologist go to like 30,000 fucking referrals overnight, right? It does have RP on release, yeah. Because Rockstar worked alongside 5M to build in RP stuff right at the beginning, you know? So yeah, this is what the influence of certain people have. You know, I'm somebody that's here for 13 years, streaming for a period of time. I'm not even a grain of sand in a CIG give a shit thing, you know? The moment this game comes out, there'll be like partners that CIG will partner up. Probably like Burke, Salty Mike, stuff like that. Mythologist, you know, anybody of high numbers, Tomato, stuff like that. But they won't give a shit about, you know, DarkLaw, Cutlet, Noodle, anyone like that. We'll get thrown to the curb. The difference is, though, is we will still be here when the big streamers get bored of the game within a month and go and play something else. Or they're paid to go and play something else. Because that's what happens, right? All the people who love our creators, they get eventually paid to play another game. So sadly, DarkLaw disappears off the fucking map for a good like 3-4 months, but then DarkLaw climbs back, and I'm like Timac just now, you know? Burks will be there, Salty Mike, then it sort of trickles down, and then DarkLaw, right? But I'll probably be going from 100 viewers to maybe like 300 viewers. And to be honest, chat, I will be so happy at that point, because...
Pulling a few hustles on the side.
Shh. Shh.
Well, that's
I'll be so happy. Shush! I'll be so happy because, again, for me, that changes my life on a drastic scale. But also, I don't want to be overwhelmed by like 30,000 people coming in going, DarkLaw, how'd you do this? DarkLaw, how you do this? DarkLaw, because, oh my god, chat, I will get banned on the first day that happens. Can you imagine when I tell 30,000 random cunts they're a cunt to their face? Woo! Woo! Holy shit! Yeah, I need to check in on Timac a bit more. Because again, it's Timac and somebody else that has played Star Citizen in the past. And I didn't get to see them play it. It was somebody else. If you guys said the name, I'd probably recognize it, right? Hey, Eric, how you doing? No, not Summit or Lyric. Or did they play with Timac? I've just never, like, I watched Summit, but I can't watch Summit for long, because no offense, I just don't relate well with stoners. And Summit is baked, because he's, you know, why else would, doesn't give a shit anymore. He's a successful streamer, he's got a huge career of, you know, esports, you know, really good FPSer, he's just a chill dude that doesn't give a shit these days. But I just can't fucking, like, I listen to his watch him play games, I'm like, you're far too stoned to be playing video games, dude. It's like watching a geriatric gamer, you know? I just don't relate well with that shit. He looks like a really cool dude, you know? Lyric is cool as well. I don't get to watch Lyric a lot, but yeah, Lyric's cool. Summit is just too stoned for my liking. Burke Black is amazing. One of my favorite streamers. I've not seen Classy Pax. Clean is awesome, yeah. I watch Clean quite a bit. but he's also like American, you know. So it's very like there's just no like big EU streamers to sort of like get pally with and, you know, play the game with and shit like that. Because Clean and all these people are like, again, they're like the big 1% group of streamers these days. So they get paid to play other games. I know Clean is building his own video game. Sacriel, I don't know if he plays Star Citizen, but he's friends with like Clean and all those guys. He'll probably come in. Strippin'. There's a lot of people that will come to Star Citizen, you know. The issue with Clean is how he hammers you with ads. I can't, dude. Like, for me, I only run ads 3 minutes every hour just to keep the preload, or whatever they're called, pre-ads, pre whatever. I don't like it where somebody comes to watch my channel and they have to wait like 2 minutes of ads to see if they like my content or not. They can make a decision in 30 seconds and disappear, right? This is why I always say to people, if you don't want ads, go and watch me on Kick. It makes me more money. If you don't like ads, watch me on YouTube. That'll eventually have it, right? Laughs in Turbo, yeah. But I understand when Clean and other streamers are like that, though, right? It does make a shit ton of money. And I don't think, like, Clean's even on Kick, right? Let me bring up Kick. Clean. Clean. Oh, is he? Oh, no, it does. Okay, oh, he's on there. He's on there, cool. I think he may have just started then, if that's the case, because he's only got 1.7k followers. Also, I've got way more gifts than he has. That makes me feel good for one day. That makes me slightly bigger. Yay! I've got more subs this month than Clean. Again, he's a cool dude, but I understand when people spam ads. It's the same as Asman Gold. He spams ads like crazy because, again, it makes him millions a year, or a month, or like thousands a month. It's the same thing, you know? Not to disrespect Clean, but to be in his position as a streamer, you've got to be a cunt. And I accept that. Because you want to make money, you got to be an asshole, you got to be a dick, you got to be a cunt to people. That's it. Is Asmon? Yeah, he was forced to. Yeah, he was forced to, diffs. But he also streams on Kick, and he makes like 200k a month on Kick. Chat, if only I could as well. Man, if I was making 200k a month, holy shit. The giveaways in my channel would be outstanding. Once a month, I would try and do a Legatus pack giveaway. Or give that person the option for a cash sum of like 30k to change their life. No joke. That's what I would do if I was earning like Asmongold's money. Because I will never be rich because I'm not a cunt to people and I'm not greedy. But if you were to give me the money, I would give it away. I would give it away. If somebody was like, DarkLaw, we're going to pay you 100 grand a month, you know, you can either keep it or do whatever you want with it. No joke. I would probably just keep half of it and then make 5 or even 10 people's lives change within that month. Like, you know, even give like multiple people 5k just so they can, you know, pay their bills and shit like that. Pay my moderators to actually work for me full time, you know, something like that. That's how I would do it. Because I'm not greedy. I'm not somebody that wants millions in their bank. I just want to be able to pay my bills, look after my dogs, buy 10 of the same black t-shirts every year or every second year. Maybe have a car, you know? That's all I really want in life. I don't ever want to be super rich because, yeah, I'll just end up fucking spending on hookers and cocaine. But yeah, I would probably do like cash sum giveaways for people. I definitely have, I know that if I ever won like the Euro Millions and I was like 25 million or something like that, I know I would go to all the people who have been close to me in my gaming sort of life and like pay off all their mortgages. That's one thing I would do. I wouldn't tell them that I've won the lottery. I'd just be like, yo, tough, mortgage paid. You know, Battlestar, mortgage paid. Puppeteer, buy a fucking real bike instead of your little 125cc shite, you know? That kind of shit. That's probably what I would end up doing. Being rich just comes with more problems you had. Yeah. Only thing I don't think I'd be ready for is all the people that would come up. No, that's why I wouldn't tell them, Korean. I actually said this to my mother the other day there. If I won like the Euro Millions, I wouldn't even tell her. I wouldn't tell a soul I've won the lottery. I would just do shit that would make you question what the fuck's going on. I wouldn't tell anybody. I wouldn't tell my mother. I wouldn't tell my son. It would just be like, as I said to her, I would just be like, oh, if a new car pulled up at the door, I'd be like, oh yeah, tough mother donated $50,000 to get you a new car. But you know the other thing I would do? I would just create a new account on Twitch. And that account, whilst we're playing the game here, I'd be like, 50,000 to TheDarkLaw on the name. Oh my god! Small mother, thank you much for the 50 grand. Oh, it's to go for my mum's car, you know? Oh, you're so amazing! And it's just me sending the money to myself, you know? That's what I would do. Imagine you working 80 years and gifting it all to a foreigner which spit it in your face. Well, to be honest, why am I gifting it all to a foreigner in the first place? Wearing a gold crown with diamonds and sharp glasses? I need to write, yeah, I need to write that car off it, you know? Yeah, that's generally how I would play it. I wouldn't, like, if I ever won big money, I wouldn't tell people. I would just do things that they'd be like, where did you get this money from? I'd be like, did you steal somebody? Did you murder somebody? Like, potatoes. But no, seriously, where did you get this money from? Carrots are good in soup. You eventually say shit like that to somebody, they'll stop asking questions because they're like, holy shit, I think they're just fucking mental, you know? I'll walk away kind of deal. I know people like that, Korean gamer. I know a lot of people who dress, drive cheap-ass cars, live in a cheap-ass house, and they've got like 5 million in their bank. And they don't show it, they don't spend it, it's just there so when they retire, they never have to worry about things. Like, if they ever need to fix things in the house, they don't need to worry about it. You know, if the car breaks down, they get another cheap-ass car. It's a good way to live because you can live carefree, but also you know that you're never going to, like, overspend. Like, when I see people who earn money, big money, and then they go and buy, like, a 250 grand fucking Lambo, I'm like, nobody's impressed. Nobody's impressed with that Lambo. But for the rest of your life, you could have had, like, 5 fucking 50 grand cards for that price. Yeah, look at Asmongold, but for example, worth 10 million, but lives like a pig. Yeah, but that's a life choice to look like that. Like, at least if I was Asmongold, I'd hire a maid, you know? I'd had to hire a team of maids and pay them really well to keep their mouth shut, you know? And keep that pretense going. But for all we know, chat, that house is just literally a stage. And you go around the corner and he's in his fucking swanky house, you know? That's only a set? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that house now is just a set. Inside the grounds of the $1 million house, right? $2 pizzas. Yeah, again, whatever makes the dude happy, right? I'm never going to be somebody that judges Asmongold for having the way he lives. If that's what makes him happy, amazing, right? But Asmon, if you want to do something good with your money, let me build a sanctuary for huskies in Scotland. You could fund it, I'll run it, and look after the dogs, and it's a win-win. You can live the way you like, you know? That's how I always look with rich people, right? It's cool that you're rich, and you deserve the money that you get for whatever you've done, but also you could do some real good with it for not much. Like making animal sanctuaries or sponsoring animal sanctuaries doesn't cost you much. And you can change those places for life with very small sum of money. Yeah, Moist Critical is the same way, yeah. I've been like that my whole entire life. Even when like I was in my other job and I had income coming in, Korean Gamer, I've always been somebody that just buys 10 of the same Fruit of the Loom t-shirts, the same hiking boots, same trousers, you know what I mean? Same boxer shorts. Like I've got 10 of the same boxer shorts, 10 of the same pair of socks. I buy very bland jackets that just do what I need them to do. Because I am not somebody, even if I have wealth, I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to spend $60 on a t-shirt. I can get 6 t-shirts for that price, right? Hi. What's up, Stinky? Would you be open to run an animal sanctuary in another country? No, not at all. If I'm gonna look after the animals, I'm gonna look after the animals in Scotland. The animals of Scotland, I should say. I'm not gonna look after the animals of another country. That's for somebody else to do. John Cena does that, doesn't he? I know he's got the record of the most Make-A-Wish grants. Again, yeah, he's a good dude. You know, I'm not big into human charity, but if I ever won, like, the Euro Millions, like 20, 30 million, I would definitely put about 10, 15 million into, like, helping out sanctuaries. The first one I would actually do is actually on Twitch. So I would go to, I don't know if you know Maya, who runs the Alivius or whatever sanctuary, this one here. She seems a cool dude. She streams her own channel and stuff, but she has the sanctuary. If I ever won a lot of money, I'd put a donation in. They got like a 10 grand thing. I'd just fucking instantly clean this out if I had the money. That's the kind of thing I would do with my income. If I had it. You know, it doesn't necessarily need me to run it or be a founder or anything like that. I'd just be like, oh yeah, there's your goal for 10k. Just fucking drop a 10k donor right now. Or for example, like go to the Wolf Sanctuary here. Wolf Sanctuary. I follow these ones on Twitch. I'd be like, there's a fucking 50k dono. You know, feed the wolfies. Look at these live action wolfies, chat. Look at them playing. Look at the beautiful wolves playing together. Lovely wolves. That's what I would do if like I ever won lottery money. I just fucking help these places out because of what they do. So if people like, you know, Cena and stuff are doing that kind of shit, yeah, I got respect for that. Make your money, live comfortably, pay your bills, don't cause any harm to anyone, and help somebody out in the same way, right? You know how you become immortal, chat? It's not from living forever, it's because people talk about you forever. Like, people from ancient Rome and Greece and shit like that. The only reason those people are immortal is because we still talk about them today. So if I was to die and people were talking about me for like 50 years, there's how you make yourself immortal for that time, even though you're dead. Nobody remembers fucking Bob, the builder, who only built things. Didn't do anything for anyone. I mean, again, I'm just using a name as an example. Didn't do anything for anyone. Lived a mundane life. Complained about things down at the pub. Had a pie and chips every Friday. Nobody remembers that person from 10 years from now. It's the same in your family. The way the world's going. Right now, I'm 43. By the time I die, my son will be obviously 18 years behind me. If he decides to have kids, his kids might remember me, right? But his kids' won't even fucking give a shit about me. So, my name will only live on for like 200 years. That's about it. Fucking GG at that point. Why should anyone be remembered? No, I'm just literally talking about people that do things for others are remembered. And that's how you become immortal. Just let them watch your VODs. Do you think we're gonna have a YouTube in that time? Yeah, exactly, Draco. Exactly. As soon people will remember your first death, and your second death is when nobody remembers you. That's why for me, like, if I ever could achieve something where I get more than double or 3 times the amount of, like, average deaths, I'll be happy. That's why I like doing leather work. My work will last, well, it depends if you're doing paddles or you're doing with paddles with studs. I hear that paddles with studs, leather paddles, sell better than ones without studs, so depends what kind of leather work you're doing, I suppose. If you're talking about belts, nobody will really care. But if you're making leather paddles, I hear that's a big market these days.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
So this ship doesn't have engineering, right? Let's check out the Asgard, actually.
Vehicle selected. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
I was half thinking about doing that. Let me just allow that one dead cat. I was actually thinking about having an AI system. I need to speak to Cornholio, who does the stuff for Cutlet Stream. Because I really would like to get something where when people, you know how like when people donate the gifted subs, stuff like that, you get 02 talking away. I kind of feel it would be cool if it was like my voice and stuff, you know? Mine, basically. I want to get the same system as Cutlet set up, but I want it to be my voice instead. And I want the parameters to be based around where never going to be grateful. So when it responds to you, it's never grateful. And it tells you what trashy of a human you are. I want people to spend money on this channel and feel dirty doing it.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
It'd be so amusing. Oh my god. It'd be like somebody typing in somebody else's channel. Oh my god. I dropped fucking $100 on this guy called DarkLaw, and his fucking bot told me I was fucking scum, and he started to spit on me. And the content creator didn't even say thank you. He just winked at the camera. It'd be so good, man. It'd be so good. That'll be a short experiment. Yeah. The bot's like, oh, thank you very much for the $100, you filthy piece of shit. Does your mother know you've wasted her money, you fucking trash heap? Makes a spitting noise. You like that, you little bitch? You like that? Oh my god. It would be so good, man. It doesn't even say it doesn't even say thank you. It would be like, oh, such and such, you dropped 100 dono on this channel. You must feel really like you're important, right? Yeah. Was it your mother's credit card that used that money, or did you steal it from a Saudi Arabia prince? And then it makes a spay noise. You like that, you filthy girl? You like that? You like to be fucking treated bad, you know? Did I play the fan song? No, I haven't. It's too low in audio as well. Like, I would need to tune it a little bit better. What's your take on getting ships? Buy them in real life or grind them? Buy them in game, dude. Like, I just don't see the point in spending any money on Star Citizen apart from, like, skins or something. I will not spend new money on any ship unless it's, like, something I'm really, really into. You might turn up the... But you know you're not meant to do anything on Twitch? Like, apparently in Twitch's TOS, right? I need to reread it. But it says that you're not meant to do anything like show feet because it's a kink. You're not meant to, like, be in skimpy outfits because of sexualizing and stuff like that. But the thing is, though, there is a known fetish for people who like bald men. Right? So... am I meant to wear a wig or a hat? Twitch. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to come off too sexy for people, but am I meant to wear a hat? Because some people might enjoy bald fetish, you know? People like landing strips. Should I get a landing strip on my head? And just fucking... a black landing strip. Get a fucking marker and just rub it down the head, you know? A pimp hat, yeah. It's not ready for release 4.6? What do you mean 4.6? Don't worry, you will never come across as sexy? Cool. Well. You come back in 10 minutes. And you say something nice about me, or don't come back. There's your choices. You come back in 10 minutes, tell me I'm sexy. Think on how bad, on your bad choices. TheDarkLaw, the last Scottish bender. Yep. There's a fetish for everything. You can't win. No. There is there's crazy fetish. I mean, there's like, I get it into the sort of weird topic. There's like fetishes for people shitting on a plate and then somebody eating it. Yeah, I don't understand that one. Like, I understand kinks. Like, if you want to dress up in furry outfit, you want to have like a butt plug, tail, and stuff like that. You're into whips, chains, feet, ice cream and stuff. I've never understood that one though. That one I just can't ever get my head around. Like, why? Why is that a thing? But then I suppose it's the same thing as people that are scared of tinfoil, right? That there's quite a few people that I can't remember what the name of the fear is, but you're scared of tinfoil. And I also don't understand that one. Don't understand that. Like, but it's the same thing. It's like those people that are scared of tinfoil are also fine with steel and like other forms of metal. So why is it only tinfoil that's scary? Is it because it scrunches up? Or is it the noise it makes? It's the same thing as people freak out when you put tinfoil in between your teeth and you bite down on it. Some people can do it, some people can't. Send a friend request? Oh, I wouldn't have seen it pop up there. Like, I generally don't bother with friends on PTU because I'm always wiping my account anyway. Depends on the filling you have. Yeah, I suppose that's the case. Yeah, you get like sensitive teeth because you're touching metal, but then they're fine with like. What? They're fine with like steel on the tooth filling, but it's tinfoil that has like the reaction and stuff. Right, let's see if this is in yet.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
But I guess like everyone has a kink, right? Everyone has some sort of fetish they want to either disclose and
Your
stuff like
insurance
that.
claim has been.
For me, it's hentai. Like I think generally my fetish of anything is lots of tentacles and like tying up hot women. I think that's it, right?
How are things with you?
Great, I'm discussing my kink on stream.
Got another contract snaked from me by Trevor. We stay on this path, and I swear we'll have words.
Who's fucking
I'll never
Trevor?
begrudge anyone for making a living, but this feels personal.
Who's Trevor?
Pretty wild.
Pretty wild. Says the guy with the armbands. Go along. Need to learn how to swim, do you? See, look at that. He didn't give a shit about your story. Trevor. The Trevor story.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Did that NPC speak Scottish? No. If you're talking about the female
vehicle has been
NPC,
moved to a
that
storage
actually could have been
facility.
Scottish.
You'll please visit us again.
Could have been. Do. We always just get in the large hangar. I think I'm already fucked with this. Let's see. This is not looking good. No. So yeah. Okay. Exit to menu. We'll have to reclaim again then. Some memes are happening. Again, a few bugs to address. Few bugs to address, but it's not that bad, to be honest. Not that bad. Let's see if this cleans it out. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Need to change some music. Let's try this again. Yeah, it's for everyone, yeah. How long would you wait to get a new GPU? I won't bother until mine fucking sucks. Probably like a 60 series or something. For me, if I'm gonna get a new GPU, I need to get new cases first. Cases first before I get anything else. Because I've got really compact cases and they just don't work very well. So I'm going to update my cases on both PCs and like prep it for future. Has RAM gone up, is it? It'll go back down.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the follow. Your vehicle, please visit us.
Ram blew up 200 in price, really? Oh well. It'll go back down. Oh, is it because of AI? Whatever gets you off, right? Oof. Alright. Oof. Yeah, just see how bad this shit is, because CIG doesn't have a standard on all these terminals. Like, how is anybody ever meant to manage this CIG on the fucking Asgard, right? It's so stupid, man. So stupid. This is how Hornets are born? Yeah.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Your vehicle has been moved. Your vehicle has been
That's impressive. Especially as I'm pretty sure I turned the engines off when I was last using this.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Ooh. Might be a wipe again.
Please visit us again.
I don't really need to do the yeah, I'll do that. Not gonna be able to do much with this problem. Give me a second, chat. Need to wipe again. Agree with the streamer, and he puts in, dude, you didn't say, don't worry, you will never come across as sexy. You said a man agree with the streamer, and he puts you in a timeout. So where's the agreement on it? Revenge, right? Where's the agreement, dude? No, I said I'm sexy. And you said, don't worry, you'll never come across as sexy. That's what you said. That's why you got timed out. You got nothing nice to say to me? Then don't say it. Patch notes says that all RMC canisters are full. Not the large ones. No, not the large ones. That seems to be still broken. Again, I'm pretty sure that'll get fixed before live, so it's not that big a deal. Oh my god, I've been logged out. I love how this does this. Like, if you reset your PTU, it logs you out of the fucking launcher for some reason. If you don't close it down. Or /S. Kappa or /S if you want to be sarcastic on the internet. Okay. There we go. Oof, that voice. Holy shit. What a voice. Wow. Holy shit. What is it? Are you wanting sweeties? Is that it? You wanting sweeties? Look at these two well-behaved dogs, chat. No electric collars required.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Wow. This is my new sex song, chat. Have it on repeat. She'll never know what the fuck is going on, like. That'd be so funny. Not that. Did you hear about the girlfriend super glued an electric collar on her boyfriend? And then what happened? Then what happened? I'll do this one. Oh, not that one. Yeah, this is really off. He went to ER. So, here's my question, right? In the point of getting fucking zapped, since electric collars produce a certain amount, like, unless it was a massively illegal device, how didn't he stop her from zapping him? Because I can tell you right now, if somebody did that to me, I think I'd probably go to jail. Pretty sure. I'd take a cow prod and shove it up her ass. See how she likes it. If that is the case. That's pretty fucked up, to be honest. The boyfriend bought a shock collar for her dog, who is always barking. She glued when she was sleeping. When he was sleeping. Holy shit. So we're in the level of psychotic then, okay. Well, that's an easy way to get rid of that relationship. Both are fucking nuts. Him for thinking a shock collar would solve the dog's issue. And 2, for her nearly doing, you know, well actually it is GBH. It is GBH. I don't know what you would get in America for that, but you know. You could also look at attempted murder. If you at the nitty gritty of it. But at least manslaughter if he had died. And just ending the relationship, I know.
Goodbye.
You know what I think would have been funnier? If she had super glued it to his cock. And gave him just a little zap. Be like, get in the corner. She's wearing a cosplay of that Twitch streamer. I think that would have been way more comical. You know? You dress up as, what's his name? The actual streamer. And be like, whatever the dog's name was. Cara back. Whatever it is. And that's it. And then leave him. Hassan, that's it. Yeah. You wake up your boyfriend in a Hassan cosplay outfit. And he's in the dog outfit. And he's so confused why he's dressed up as dog. And then you zap him once and say, I'm leaving you. Alright? That's it. That's how I would do it. I would take it to the extreme. If I'm gonna do something stupid like electrocute a fucking human and super glue the collar on, at least make it comedy value. So when the police turn up or the ambulance turn up, he's in a dog outfit with the collar on. And you're dressed as Hassan. The cop might find it funny, you know? Be like, oh, I see what you did there, you know? I mean, if you're going to jail, you might as well do it classy. Fucking stupid humans, man. Yes, to paraphrase.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been...
Has it happened to you where the coolers were red in the capacity on top, but disabling them started cooking my ship? That's what's meant to happen. It means if it's red in the capacity, it means that you're overdoing the system. You've got to keep it balanced. I can show you here when this one spawns. That's the whole joy of engineering. You can't just run everything on maximum, and only some coolers will allow certain things. That's why builds will need to be created for certain ships, which we won't disclose on stream. But I'll only do that when we've got final stats. Okay, that's clean, CIG. That is nice. Ooh. Yep, so this is a good engineering panel. See how close it is to the character's face, and then you can move further back in it. You can't do this with the Asgard. That's the problem I always see with these consoles. If you can't do this and adjust it to how the player's eyes work, it's so stupid, CIG. So yeah, parallel utility, confirmed good ship. Good, good, good. Actually, I can do this faster in Arena Commander, I think. Free flights, space cap. Okay. This will be easier, chat. Has a bed for a bed logout? No, does not. Doesn't even have a toilet on board, John. It's not one of those ships. It's not one of those ships. The magical grounds. Right. Reclaimer. Gather your strength and energy.
Systems.
Dimitri Vegas! Okay. Yeah, that's just a bug. That's just a bug. It's not meant to do that. It's most likely because the stock coolers have not been worked on yet. Where's engineering this thing? Yeah, see this again. It's really bad. This is just like the Valkyrie Asgard. Like, this is as close as you can get to it. The consoles need to be where CIG have you able to actually, like, zoom in on it. The actual console. What am I doing? Just snap it there. So Reclaimer's really bad. Asgard is really bad. Let's do Valkyrie. I would imagine this is the same as the Asgard.
Online.
not got it. So Valkyrie doesn't have engineering. This will be one of the few ships that don't have it then, right? Yeah, okay. Again, nobody's using a Valkyrie anyway, so, okay. Valkyrie, are the question? Hercules.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on.
Okay, engineering is here. See, look how it zooms in, chat. That's a good console there, even though it's a little bit blurry. But look, see how it just changes to a zoom in pose. And then if you move your character up, you get it filtered, right? That's what you're wanting from every single engineering panel, to be able to do that, where it zooms in. I think there's only one console on this ship, right? Yeah. That'll be fun. But to be honest, it's all on one floor, so it should be easy by one person. Right, Drake Corsair. I'm literally going through all the panels just to see which ones are shits. The Asgard, the Reclaimer are dreadful. The Valkyrie doesn't have one. This one zoomed in. Look at it. Look at how good it is on the zoom in, right? Nice and clean. It literally changes the camera angle from outside here, look, to zoom. And then you move up with the character and it's... See, that's what we want. We want it all to be like that. Yeah, I would imagine Idris is really bad, right? Let's just do color steel for memes. I would imagine all colorlesses are the same, right? All cutlasses will be the same. So see how there's no zoom in, right? But you can walk naturally up to it. That's what you're wanting from these consoles, because the Asgard is like that, where you can't read it and you can't move forward. This allows you to come up and be like, right, cool, I can actually read it. So Cutlass Black, good. So far, only 2 ships suck out of the ones that I've got. Vulture. I don't think... Does Vulture have an engineering system? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. It's kind of technically a solo, so maybe it does. I actually can't remember the layout of this one. No. No. So this doesn't have it. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Again, like, you've got all the components here. It's not exactly hard for you to do it, right? I would have thought there would have been at least a little console, but again, maybe they'll add it in, because again, you could just add it here, right? Hanging on the glass there. Okay. Vulture doesn't have one. Prowler will make sure it's the same as the utility, so there's no mistakes. Yeah, so same as utility. Look at that. You can get, like, inside the fucking ship with that view. Or you can pan it back till you can leave, yeah. So that's good. That's good. Shiv. I would imagine since it's based off on the Cutlass profile, it's also good. Yeah. We can already see. Look at that. Really good. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, depending on who you want to do it with, right? Fortuna! I would imagine that's the same as the... What's it called? The Vulture. Oh no, it's got its one. Yeah, so I guess the Vulture's just not done yet. Yeah, so look, you can zoom this in, zoom out. Lovely. That's what we want. Halsey. Actually, I'll do Prospector first because Halsey's going to take me a wee while to run around. This is not got one. Yeah. So Prospector will need to be updated, I would imagine. Yeah. It definitely shows you that like the older ships are just not getting done. It's all the new ones, right? So like Hammerhead, Valkyrie, Drake, Vulture, the Prospector. These just don't seem to have anything updated in them. And I would imagine by like next spring they're all done, right? So where is engineering in this thing again? Is it upstairs? I think it's upstairs, right? Living department, top deck. Oh, that's kind of cool. Does this work? No. Where is engineering? Is that at the back of the ship? It'll be at... Okay, apparently. Be through the tunnel then. Yeah, so it doesn't look like it. It's even a thing. It's kind of cool, but yeah. It's not even a thing. Does that go on the outside? Alright. So yeah, this is not done. Okay, nothing on that then. I'll see, not done. Guardian, this will be done, I would imagine. I would imagine. Yeah, that's fine, because I can zoom in, zoom out naturally, right? Because if anybody wants to see what the Asgard like, this is how bad the Asgard is. And that's a new ship as well, which confuses the fuck out of me. So look at this console. You can barely fucking read it. Like, CIG needs to, like... Maybe if you do it like this. No, see, it naturally makes you stand up. But that's it. That's it, it's close. This is so bad. It needs to be up where the console is, like, rotated up to here. It's just way too low. I don't think Mantis would have it, right? It is dreadful, yeah. It's just an overlook, basically. Alright, so there's no engineering in the Mantis. I would imagine it's the same for the Meteor. Because doesn't the Mantis have this now? Yeah. That's cool. So they actually added it into the Mantis version. Cool. Herald? I don't think I got a Herald. I'm only going for the ships I own. Whatever ship you own that I don't have, you can do it yourself. Hoplite. This is an old one, so I doubt it's done. Zeus, I don't own a Zeus. Again, I'm only doing it with ships I own, guys. We have PTU Open Wave. If there's a particular ship you want to see if it works or not, it's just quickly check out for yourselves. This is not done. I would imagine the other Vanguards then don't. Like, I am literally not going through 180 spaceships. I don't get paid enough for that. This will be the same, right? Yeah. No engineering whatsoever. Interesting. I mean, at least this should be relatively easy, but there's no even fire extinguisher in this. Oh, wait, there is, yeah. I guess you don't really need an engineer panel, since... Yeah, I mean, that sort of makes sense. I still think, even regardless for a ship like that, it's not difficult to put like a little panel here, you know? You can't grab them? Yeah, there's a lot of known issues. Alright, cool. I think I've gone through the list I had. The Valkyrie doesn't exist. Hammerhead, I'm pretty sure doesn't exist. Medbit and PTUs are broken. Wow, a lot of the UI is broken as well. Like, if you go up to the ASOP terminals, like, it's really off. The thing is, though, is are you overheating with the coolers on, though, Gray? You're not. Then it's just a UI bug then, dude. It's not that the Star Lancer's not finished. It's just a UI bug. Okay. Yes, this doesn't have anyway. It'll be interesting to see what the rework on the Hammerhead will look like. Cool. Yo! Ali Bell, thank you very much for the streak. Naughty, naughty. Hope for a medical gameplay in the future? Same. I think the first thing to go for medical gameplay is take away the automatic thing from the list, right? Or the device, sorry, I should say. And make people actually learn medical. Alright. I changed the music. Let's do a bit of this. Boom, 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 boom. Ring, ring. Yeah, I need Meteor. That's what I need.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Nope. I mean, whatever, but it's not what I want. Crazy UI.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
No. No, no. No. It just makes your ship hot. Again, idle, nothing really much happens, dude. Go and get shot at, and you'll see a huge difference. Wait, why is this camouflaged? Is that what the Wolf L22 skin is? Alright.
Welcome
Oh, wait.
to the ASOP. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Ra-da-da-da-da. There we go. Oh, come on.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicles, your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Hey, Blib. The doggo's good. He's super chill right now. One of them. There he is. He's chilling. Oh. Nixie's looking at himself in the camera. Alright, Nixie. Oh, he's gone. Hidden away, chat. Oh, that's because he's here. Hi. Hi, Smiley. Are you smiling for everyone? Cute doggos? Yeah. Happy feet. Nice, he's smiling. Oh, the paw. Look at it, chat. He's like a Labrador at times. Oh, is that good? Is that good? Little squidge on the ear. Oh. Big stinker. Yeah. You're a good boy. Is you a good boy? You are. Ho, ho, ho. Zoom, zoom.
Your adventure, courtesy of Kruger Intergalactic. Systems active.
Interesting, this one's inverted now. So what's that? That is one. Alright, so you can do it that way. So I don't really need that macro anymore. Kinda feels like CIG's fixed the UI on this thing.
Landing gear raised.
Oof. Go do that. Actually.
Shields disengaged.
Ho, ho, ho.
Quantum drive engaged.
Waiting for tonight's rollback patch? How's engineering so far? 50-50 right now. It definitely needs like another week to cook, a lot longer, so. Positive, but also, we'll see. I'll probably take tomorrow off. Just purely because until there's some like major changes this week. Yeah, I'll take tomorrow off, chat. I can get some household stuff done. Let CIG cook over the weekend, and we'll come back to it. And that's the play. And if anything, I'll do like a bonus stream on Kick. Or Plain Link for you. Hey, Master Roll, yeah.
Shields active. Contact
Yeah, don't spend
confirmed.
money on the 71, yeah. Or Ultimum. Alright, let's try this. See if the missile launcher's even fixed on this thing. Anna behind it.
Target lock. Target lock.
God, that MSR is coming crazy speed.
Target lock.
Oh yeah, missile's working now. Cool.
Heads up!
Under attack.
Shit.
anyway. Still only open. No, it's open wave now, Alpha. Everyone can play. I think it's taking a crazy amount of abuse and it's not fucking going like. How much ballistics penetrate shields and armor? You gotta look up the stats. Every gun's different, dude. Every ship you're versing is different in armor buys. There's too many stats. And I'm not memorizing them until CIG's stable on it. Yeah, it looks like this ship can't be blown up any more than it is. This this UI shit.
Shields disengaged. Quantum drive engaged.
It was just dance, by the way, not poker face. Alright. Within temptation, I know. I do like this combo. I do like the one laser, one ballistic wolf. It does feel kind of cool, actually. Why the pip don't predict the real place where to shoot? What do you mean? Are you talking because I'm using lag pip instead of lead? You can change the pip where it's stable in front of the nose or to a component, or you can make it while I'm doing is shooting where I want it to be. So you aim outside the little circle? That's because the game auto moves the guns like this. So you don't have to have 100% aim to land the shots. Which sucks. So if you see here, for example, right?
Contact confirmed. Shields
I go into gimbal mode, right? Look, I can use my head to move the guns. That's what it's doing automatically, basically, right? Without me doing it. LED.
Shields disengaged.
Oh shit, this is a protect one. Ew.
Contact
Oh well, this is gonna be fucking crazy.
No! 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 No!
And they already died. Good job, CIG. Your coding is the award-winning best.
That one hit! That one hit!
Award-winning coding. Kabim!
friendly target.
That player? No, it's not.
Under attack.
Alright. Yeah, I might try this later on in PvP.
Friendly target. Friendly target. Friendly target. Friendly target.
dying, is it?
Friendly target.
The problem is now... No, it's not actually. Between the eyes? Yeah. I'm interested to see, for purely testing point of view. Although it is moving, this will be interesting. Oh. Oh. So the shield's on fire. Alright. Interesting. Chat, wait, did my ship fucking die? Was that what exploded? Oh, there it is. I just don't know, no, like again, this is what I'm saying. It will only explode if it's that 20% chance, right? Again, this is where it needs to be where the power plant won't cause a critical explosion, but when the power plant is out, fire is the way that a ship is killed. But there's no fire inside. So it's like, it's just not working, that's all.
Friendly target. Friendly target.
It just won't work.
Friendly target.
Yeah, fun band, yeah. Yeah. Ammunition empty. How many ballistics? I got 2k. The thing is though, is like, it's just not criticaling, so you can't do anything to it, right? The only choice is to board and self-destruct. The problem is, like, I think this is really good. The problem is though, is the NPCs are not behaving like this. So you can't board the NPCs for modules or cargo, which sucks. And the fact is that now that ship will just stay there and it can only disappear after salvaging. So there's no way for me to go around the verse and clean up people's abandoned ships, because that's what that is. That's abandoned, right? So again, well, we'll have to see. We will have to see.
Disengaged.
Missiles don't do damage to components anymore. They only do armor and hull damage. As it should be. Use them to blow off engines, disable engines, stuff like that. Not kill a ship, one bang it, basically. Unless you're in like a fighter and stuff like that. Because again, it's just so stupid, peppering big ships with missiles. Should be torpedoes, stuff like that, instead. I think it's a good balance around that. An actual rare beast, chat. An Idris M. A rare beast. See, this is the only ship, in my opinion, that should be allowed to have the railgun. I don't think Idris P should be allowed to fit the railgun at all. How do you like the Wolf? I'm just coming back to the game after. I really like the Wolf, dude. I like the Wolf. It's hard to see if I like it over the Arrow. I just think the Arrow needs to be like updated. But I do like my L-22 Wolf. It is fun. Safe arrival has been achieved. Alright, okay. Well, that was fun with the rotary, but I kind of feel like just dual laser is going to be more effective than the bullets. Than the bullets.
100%.
It's an okay performance, yeah. I wouldn't say it's like top tier meta in PvP, but it's good fun. It's good for PvE, good for PvP. All depends who you're playing with. Like, no joke. Just purely because of how many you can fit on an Idris, my organization would run with wolves instead of like Gladius and stuff. Just because you can get like 10 of these on a fucking Idris, which is crazy. So if you lose one, you can, you know, respawn on the Idris and launch another one. So it's kind of cool.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I personally would use it over anything just now, just cause I like the cockpit and I like the way it moves. Is it that good compared to other ships? Not really. I just like it. It's good stuff. Has the landing site at Lorville changed? I can't find the landing zone. No, it should be the same. You might not just be near the signpost. Hello? Right. Well, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it, chat. Because personally, can't do any more testing. And yeah. Like, there's nothing more I can test because unless CIG changes some more stats drastically and UIs get fixed, you know what I mean? There's nothing much to do. We've gone through this week of testing so much that all I need to do now is when CIG change some stats, log in and quickly do some stuff, so. I kind of feel like actually that should be the case in all places, by the way, that are like ArcCorp with the lights going up. I think it's a really, really good idea. A very good idea. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I will leave it like that. We will come back on Monday. I was going to stream tomorrow because obviously I was off on Wednesday, but I think because we've done quite a few hours this week regardless, and there's not much to do, I will come back on Monday. Now, if I do stream tomorrow, it's going to be a Kick exclusive where I'm just going to be playing Where Winds Meet. I'll decide after like a walk hike if that's the case. If CIG does something severely drastic in tonight's patch, I'm going to be on tomorrow, okay? At normal time. But if they don't do something hugely drastic, then just count it as a day off, basically. Because again, there's just not much I can showcase until CIG are like, these are our numbers, these are our methods that we're going into 4-5 live with. And then after that, you know, it's the same as like, I can't even really get my organization together to be like, right guys, this is what you need to do, because we don't know if like one wolf is going to be a threat or like a pack of wolf, you know? Very interesting. Very interesting. Free A-team? What do you mean? Same spot, yeah, but it's nighttime. Haven't played since free 8. Probably free 8. Again, if you're in the area, you should be able to hail the place, and that's when you know you're close to it or not. Just follow everyone else in. See you tomorrow? Well, like I said, maybe. Like I said, it all depends on what CIG do and stuff like that. Anywho, I don't see you. Have a great weekend, guys. As always, appreciate all the love. Thank you to everyone who has been massive on Kick. Thank you for all the gifted subs from Cell and Tough. All the gifted subs on Twitch, all the new follows, all the people that have unfollowed. Yeah, I'll see you back on Monday unless there's something seriously drastic tonight. But I'll post on Discord. Always keep up to date on Discord, guys. !mark Discord. Just purely, if you don't get the notifications, I'm always automatically posting now in the live channel. Actually, not automatically. I'm doing that manually, by the way. Just so it doesn't spam when I'm live and stuff like that. But yeah, I will see you on Monday. And all that good stuff. Appreciate it. I'm not going to raid anyone. I feel like after the stats of this year, I'm going to be a little bit more selfish. Actually, no. Wait, no. I take that back. I see exactly who I'm going to raid. I'm going to raid the wonderful Henkin, who's playing some Elite Dangerous right now in a Scooby-Doo fucking outfit. Or Scrappy-Doo. So yeah, go and check him out, guys. Drop the raid 1s, raid 2s. Enjoy Henkin's content, and I will see you back on fucking Monday. Grey, Redbeard's Revenge, Thundercat, Coolers Alpha, Krudik, JKT79, John. Have a good time, guys. Take care. Good night. Thank you to everyone on YouTube. Thank you to everyone on Kick. Good night, guys.